Kaloka pala, nabasa ko yung sa kamayan ni BBM. So, ang ginawa pala niya, malayo pa pala siya kay Xi Jinping.
Meron kaming holding room. But every time he comes in, he's surrounded by security. So sabi ko, nakakahiya ito. Hindi pa ako bumabate. Di ba, baka ako anong sabihin, baka naman ma-offend. Sabi ko, so, pinilit ko makapunta sa kanya. I said, congratulations on your assumption for the change.
Kasi una-una, anong kinocongratulate mo? Umiikot naman talagang APEC chairmanship sa iba't ibang bansa. So, scheduled yan. What exactly do you need to congratulate for? Ikalawa, yung sasabihin mong, we affirm our commitment. Bakla, you will go all out your way in order just to say that. Parang, kaya nga sabi ko, ano ba to, high tide or low tide? That actually made it worse. They don't want to schedule a meeting with you. Yung i-ambush si Xi Jinping. Sa APEC din, di ba? Yun, saan ba yan? Sa US, di ba? Alam mo talaga, kasi the Chinese don't like, they would rather have someone who a real enemy than someone who pretends, who doesn't know where they would like to stand. Ito kasing ginagawa niya ngayon. Di ba kakababoy mo lang sa kanya nun sa ASEAN? Tapos ngayon ganito. So parang it's sending all the wrong signals. It doesn't make you reliable. Your behavior is either high tide or low tide. And it's just so embarrassing kasi wala namang dapat ipakongratulate. There is a lot of money for being anti-China. There's a lot of money to be made. Kaya sabi ko, gusto yung mama, mag-anti-China kayo. Mag-vlog kayo na anti-China. Pupunin kayo dyan. Daming pera. No? Their budget is $500 million for this operation. Maraming yayaman sa pagiging anti-China. I think it was unang-una, it was awkward. It was very awkward because I believe yung context kasi noon is, I think the South Korean president was, ano bang ginagawa ng South Korean president noon? He was like announcing that, ano kasing context noon eh, di ba? Yung context nung parang South Korea ata ang ng APEC, tapos parang pinapasa ata sa China yung corona. Parang ina-announce na ang susunod na host ay China. Then, kaya nga di ba yung context yung sinabi ni BBM na kaya daw niya nilapitan dahil kinongratulate daw niya yung China for the next host. Ako naman parang, una-una, why do you need to congratulate? Scheduled naman yan. Rotational naman. It's not something na, okay, nanalo ang China sa pag-host. Wala naman ganon. It's really rotation. So, kaya nga, ikalawa, I think the president was in high tide during that time. Alam mo yung parang, high tide. Kasi, dude, hindi mo ba nakikita na parang ikaw lang yung lumapit? Hindi mo nakikita na this is a moment between the South Korean president and the Chinese president. So, yun eh, na parang Una-una, it's not an award. It's not an award. So there's really nothing to congratulate China for. It was just announcing na ang susunod na host ay China because it is according to schedule. Oh, awkward ako kasi nung lumapit siya, ano talaga bigla si Wang Yi. Ibig sabihin, ano to? Bakit ka lumalapit? What is the point? Nagigets ninyo? Kasi, ano siya parang, ano to? Kasi wala siya sa schedule. Alam mo yon, wala namang ganito. Bakit may lumalapit bigla? So, ang nakita natin, ang ating presidente, ang hilig niyang i-ambush si Xi Jinping. Pangalawang beses na to. APEC or 2024 yung di ba pinaglaruan pa natin si BBM nun kasi yung meeting nilang dalawa ni who's this girl? I already forgot the name of Kamala Harris. Is para sila ni sabi. So yun na yun una-una. Ang off. Bakit? Why do you need to congratulate Xi Jinping? Scheduled naman yan. There's nothing to congratulate about. Hindi naman siya award. It's a responsibility na pag miyembro ka ng APEC, rotational na i-host mo. Unless, of course, there is a untoward incident or special reason why you can't. Tapos lumapit ka at nagmukha talagang it looks so embarrassing kasi nakita mo talagang nag-rush up talaga si Wang Yi in order to I don't know, to know what's going on or whatever or what have you. Pero nga, just to give you a context, this is not the first time that he ambushed Xi Jinping. Cooperation. Pagkatapos, dude, 23, 24, all your time as president, walang ginawa yung administration mo, kundi iba siyang China. Babuyin yung mga taong akala ninyo na pinagbibintangan ninyo na mouthpiece ng Beijing. Kulang lang pahilirahin nyo itong mga to at i-firing squad ninyo sa Luneta, katulad nung ginawa sa mga makapili. Tapos yung mga nag-aaral dito sa China ng mga Pilipino, pinagbibintangan ninyo ng kung ano-ano. Tapos sasabihin, yung pag-aaral, yung pag-aaral ko dito, no? This is actually a product of the Philippine-Chinese partnership because of the Digong foreign policy. No, ito scholarship na to, kaya meron yan sa Pilipinas. Kaya nasama ang Pilipinas. Tapos bigla mo sasabihin na we look, cooperation and yung mga produkto ng cooperation, parati yung sinisiraan. So, kaya nga make it high tide or low tide. But meron naman yan before. Why? Edi tayo, ipagtuturo naman tayo niya ni PMA. Bakit ka biglang involved? Anong point mo? So, lang yan. Wala naman sila ma-achieve dyan Wala nga yan. Kasi nga, ang goal, again, Germany has now an issue with China because of rare earth. So, syempre, ang gagawin mo, makikijoin ka, hahanap ka ng pamato laban sa China, no? And then nakakuha kang Pilipinas. So, sige, guluhin yung China, ganyan. Pero the thing is, it will not, ang madadali lang talaga dyan, Philippines. Kasi ang gusto mong gawin kang pamato ng isa sa mga to. So, can you imagine ganito, no? This is just simple. Everyone can relate to this. Can you imagine? Halimbawa, ako sa ikaw nag-aaway. Okay? Halimbawa lang, ha? And then, hahanap ako ng pamato laban sa'yo. Malakas ka. Hahanap ako ng pamato laban sa'yo. Ikaw na, anong gagawin mo? Siyempre, ikaw pamato ka, ha? Umiepal-epal ka dito. Sandali. So, alam mo yun, parang ano yan lamok. Alam mo yung lamok, bakit kami naggugulo dito sa away na, sa issue namin ng German? Bakit ka nakikisama? O di, hampasin na lang kita dyan para manahimik ka na. And that is actually what's going on. Tayo naman yung sumasalo ng ng paghihirap. Okay? Like for example, naki-join kayo dyan sa US-China. Nakipag-double down ka. Okay, China ganito. I don't know if you read my article on the 2024 tourism tragedy. 2024, all Southeast Asian countries were booming in terms of tourism, like double-digit positive growth. Philippines, except Myanmar, is the only Southeast Asian country, together with Myanmar, that has a double-digit collapse in terms of tourism. And 2024 was the height of the anti-China narrative. So can you imagine, one of the only industries that the Philippines can actually compete so well collapse in 2024. And nobody seems to care about it. Why? Because ang mga matatamaan dito yung mga small medium enterprise, yung mga alam mo yun, yung mga maliliit na tao, yung mga sa tourism industry, kasi ang tourism industry talaga small and medium enterprise led yan. Actually, if you compare the budget of tourism department now and tourism departments before, ang laki-laki ng budget nila, pero they're not delivering. The level of tourist arrival now is back to 2015 level. 2015. Nag-trend analysis ako. Ito yung trend analysis ko, no, kung kailan tayo makaka-recover. Like, kung kailan mababalik yung 2019. Okay? So, ito na yung pinaka, ano ba sabihin natin? Pinaka-optimistic scenario. Okay? 2030. Yan ang pinaka-optimistic. In order to ano pa lang to at ano pa to, 7.45, 91% recovery ng 2019 levels. At okay na, no? Pero siguro ang pinaka-realistic is conservative, 5% annual growth. Kasi yung optimistic kasi 15% annual growth. Yung moderate scenario, 10% annual growth. Ang full recovery niyan, 2033. Pag 10% annual growth ka. Pag 5% annual growth ka, 2038. So, ibig sabihin, kung mababa ka pa sa 5% annual growth, my God, ano na siguro tayo? Senior citizen. Well, ayun na nga. So, I really, ano talaga siya, hindi malabo na the tourism industry will fully collapse. Unless na mag-U-turn siya katulad, di ba may banana, may isa sa malaking banana players natin nag-bankrupt. So it's actually rotting. It's rotting inside, and then they don't care about it. Tapos ang gusto pa rin nila, ito ang mga malign, Yun na ang nagmalign sa economy ng Pilipinas. You already maligned the economy of the Philippines. At yung issue pa rin nila, mga vloggers, ganyan. Your tourism industry. Look what happened to your banana industry. They don't really care about the Filipino people. Yun lang masasabi ko, they don't really care about the Filipino people. The truth of it. They don't really care. Umaaray na raw ang hotel owners ng Bohol. Because a lot of tourism industry, when nagdadagsaan na yung mga Chinese, they already planned because maraming Chinese tourists. So, karamihan dyan, nagpalaki ng mga, alam mo yun, nagpalaki ng mga, ng accommodation, sa nila yung occupancy, nag-renovate, they invested a lot. Kasi nung panahon ni Digong, talagang nagbo-boom. Nakikita talaga nila nagbo-boom. Kung hindi talaga nagkaroon ng pandemic, siguro umabot na talaga tayo ng mga, siguro mga 12 million. No? Magtatapos siguro sa PRRD ng 12 million tourists. Yung mga nasa tourist industry, yun ang kanilang tinitingnan na trajectory. 2024, biglang, grabe yung, alam mo, ang sakit niyan sa mga nag-invest na it can no longer be salvage. Kailangan talaga ng massive turnaround. Katulad, banana industry was on the verge of collapse. Tapos nung nagkaroon ng PRRD, alam mo, they're not counting the cost of what they're doing. Kaya mga government do not really care. They don't care about the consequences of their action. High tide. High tide na eh. High tide. Walang preno. Saan nila kukunin yung saan nila kukunin yung mga turista? You can't. Wala. So ayun na nga, there is no policy in place. There is actually feeling ko talaga noong 2022, may coherent kasi yung policy ng foreign policy nung, 'di ba? Coherent ang foreign policy noon. Coherent ang programa ng gobyerno. Tapos nung nagsimulang inaway-away nilang lahat, at nagpalit-palit sila ng mga tao, hindi na coherent yung policy. Chapsuy na. O ano bang gusto mong gawin dyan? Away mo yung China? Sige, away mo yung China. O ikaw, anong gusto mo? Gusto mo ligawan ng tourism ng China? Sige, ligawan mo yung tourism ng China. Ikaw, anong gusto mo? Kaya kita mo na ngayon, di ba? Away mo yung China. Di ba? Away mo yung China, inaway-away mo, tapos biglang, tinanggal mo yung e-visa noon dahil kasi nga concern, security, ganyan. Tapos ngayon ibabalik mo, what happened? So wala na security concern. Ano to? Para tong jowa mong hindi mo na malaman. Ang aking last words ay good luck sa lahat.